Around 1,500 venues are opening their doors for free tonight to mark Culture Night. Our arts and media correspondent Sinéad Crowley is standing by. Give us a flavour of the delights in store then, Sinead.
Well, Sharon, I'm here in Dublin Castle at the moment, which is one of the main Dublin hubs for Culture Night. It began in 2006 really as quite a small project in the Temple Bar area of the city, but it has certainly grown. As you say, thousands of events taking place, and it's now not just a Dublin city event, but it's a nationwide event as well. But the aim is still the same as it was over a decade ago, and that's that people come out and experience culture. Maybe people who don't tend to go to cultural events on a regular basis, it's hoped they'll come out, see something they haven't seen before, and then of course that they will go to events again and not just make it an annual event but make it a regular event. Now things tend to kick off between 5 and 6 o'clock, so as you can see it's getting nice and busy down here at Dublin Castle, but I was out and about earlier finding out just how people were preparing for the night ahead. The RTE Concert Orchestra are rehearsing for tonight's Arena programme to be broadcast live from Dublin Castle. The castle is just one of many venues taking part in Culture Night across the capital. One institution taking part is the IFI. It will be giving viewers a flavour of its archive, newly available online.
Tonight we've got a compilation from the IFI Irish Film Archive playing over at Dublin Castle from 6:30 until 9:30. It's going to be playing on loop for the night. It's about a 27-minute long programme, so they'll be showing throughout, giving a bit of a sample of the kind of material that we hold here in the vaults at the IFI.
No buses in Dublin this year, but organisers are hoping people will use other ways to travel into the city. Meanwhile, one group has already booked a bike tour to see the sights on 2 wheels.
It's a more visceral tour of Dublin, I think, you know, and the range is a bit further than you would expect on a walking tour or other tours. You're down with the sights, the smells, the sounds of the city.
Almost 1,500 venues are taking part in Culture Night nationwide this year, with almost 400 events scheduled.
Culture Night is really big this year. I think it's probably the biggest Culture Night ever. There are almost 4,000 events right across the country, and every year more and more counties are getting involved.
All events are free, but some need to be booked in advance, and it is advised that you check availability online before travelling. So it's getting very busy here in Dublin, and we're looking forward to a great night. But of course this is not just a Dublin event, it's a nationwide event, and our correspondents have also been out and about looking at what's happening in their particular regions.
A tour of the old Sligo jail with a special screening behind its walls of the film Escape from Alcatraz is one of the highlights of Culture Night in Sligo, a unique and atmospheric venue which it's hoped will be fully open to the public in time. But in Glenfarne, County Leitrim tonight it's all about dancing, set, ceilidh and jiving for all ages in the famous Rainbow Ballroom of Romance.
Food is a theme for many events at Culture Night in Limerick. Some young bakers are getting their hands doughy at the hands-on bread workshop in the city, where chef Paul Williams is teaching the younger generation some of the traditional baking skills of old. And at the Hunt Museum, a new national exhibition of historic photographs of Charles Haughey and political foe Des O'Malley from the vast files of veteran photographer Eamon Farrell has just opened.
There's an action-packed evening in store across Galway city and county, with events on land and sea. The Bonnie Roy will host an evening of music in the Claddagh. The maritime theme continues with a new exhibition of Geraldine Folan paintings inspired by the Salthill Promenade. And the jungle comes to town with Quo Vadis, an interactive space at Nuns Island Theatre where you can experience the laughter of hyenas, tiger sounds and jungle textures.
One of the highlights of Culture Night in Kerry will be a performance of Welcoming the Stranger, featuring 25 musicians and dancers from Ireland, Africa, Iraq, Syria and Palestine. It will be performed at Chiamsatira Theatre in Tralee. Children from throughout Cork gathered at City Hall there for a gamelan workshop, a tuned percussion ensemble, just one of 200 free events in Cork City tonight.
So lots taking place around the country and in Dublin as well. It's hoped the bus strike won't have too much of an effect on visitor numbers here, but we'll know that later. But if you can't make it to an event, or if you're only going to a small number of events, you can also catch up with what's going on RTE Radio 1, because there's a live arena broadcast from here in Dublin Castle, and that can be heard between 7 and 10 o'clock tonight. So it's hoped that everyone around the country will be able to take part in some way in Culture Night this evening.
Excuses. Sinead from Dublin Castle, thank you.